Easy, medium, nightmare. Heck yeah. 1924.
I'm tired of traveling, or fighting superstition and its many manifestations. Even though it was me who chose to debunk folklore and mysticism. Little did I know I'd end up being labelled as Patrick Galloway, the man with endless occult knowledge. Before I knew it, people all over the world paid me to investigate all kinds of weird things. As long as they paid me, I'd look into it. Funny thing though, the more I saw, the more I believe there are forces beyond our control. Creatures not explainable in any human terms. Things that make my skin crawl. I fled from Ireland and hung around Paris and London with no real purpose till the Great War started. I joined a special unit whose job it was to squelch the fears of the superstitious farm boys who made up the fighting ranks. The Trasanti were the biggest pains. New commanding officer, Jeremiah Covenant, led our unit on the hunt for their camp. We were ambushed. They came streaming out of the woods, waving swords and howling like banshees. I saw their leader holding a strange stone over his head, yelling weird words in a strange tongue. And just when I was gonna pull the trigger, he glared right at me. A bright green flash came from his hand, and it bowled me over as my gun went off. I woke up in a hospital bed with severe burns. They told me Jeremiah and the unit had gone on without me, but he'd given me the shaman stone to keep. I hadn't given any of this much thought until I came back here to find this letter that Jeremiah wrote me almost 6 months ago, asking me to come back to Ireland and help him out. This is not something I'm dying to do, for it may mean the death of me. He saved my life though, so I owe it to him. Just hope it's not too late.
Each time I pass phase from memory, fate has a terrible habit of reawakening me. Most often, the unpleasant name of Otto Kaisinger is the vehicle of remembrance. Not today. My old friend and commanding officer in the Great War, Jeremiah Covenant, has sent word. It's been years since I've heard from him. His letter came whilst I was away, sitting unopened for nearly 6 months. But joy at reading his name was quickly replaced by sorrow, then by fear. Jeremiah has fallen ill and requires my assistance at his estate in Ireland. I have not set foot on Irish soil since poor Gwendolyn's death. I did not think anything could make me return. Could I have been responsible for her death? Being legally exiled from my homeland was painful, nothing in comparison to my memories. How did she end up on the floor? How could so much blood come without a sound? How was that knife in my hand, and why was Kaisinger suddenly nowhere to be found? But Jeremiah saved my life, and I cannot deny any request he would make. The necessity of my presence is somewhat vague, as his letter at times was incoherent. Speaks of his sickness as a family illness no medicine can cure. The Gelsia Barstone. I have carried this artifact ever since the day Jeremiah gave it to me, the following the battle with the Trasanti. It seems to throw out a shockwave of considerable force, and ever since I acquired the stone I have noticed strange sightings and visual anomalies. However, the power of the stone has its dark side. On occasion, a beast from beyond this world has attacked me. My only explanation for disappearing is that I was using the stone's power for too long. I have not seen the beast for a while. Of course, I have not needed the stone. But trust the revolver, a 6-shot weapon of forged metal grays, durable yet lightweight. My military piece has seen many a country and spilled much blood over the years. Scribe. A spell that allows me to see and hear past events on the geographic location in which I happen to be standing. It also casts an ethereal light on enemies in darker areas, giving me the ability to see my foes, as well as find my way. I must be careful in its use, as it has no offensive power and it seems to drain my energies for short durations. Learned men have stated that they believe that man has yet to unlock the full potential of the mind. While traveling to the Orient after the war, I met up with a local seer who told me that I was one of the chosen few. One of only a handful of individuals that he had ever met that had this ability. He called it scrying, be able to read portions of the past. Most of the people who possessed this power, he said, over the course of their lives eventually fell into disability, mind-tied from the barrage of images and sounds that could be heard from both the past and the present, the real and unreal. Now I have the ability to scribe because of the subtle words I hear calling within me at times, begging me to look deeper into the past, deeper at what actually isn't even in front of me. But I'm truly wondering if this is the gift I dreamed of, or a sick curse placed on me by an outside force. Meet with our old friend Jeremiah. So, question is, do we have a...
Jammed.
Jammed. How do I use the actual spell though? It's just weapon fire, left mouse. Right mouse button. Okay.
Your Jeremiah's old war buddy, right?
Indeed.
Okay. Let's go in.
I'm Patrick Galloway, a friend of Jeremiah's. Sorry it took me so long to get here. His letter said it was most urgent.
Jeremiah was beginning to think that the letter never arrived in your hands. He's been quite anxious to see you. We've all been quite worried. Jeremiah's now bedridden. Follow me and I'll show you to his living quarters. I apologize for the look of the house, but there's only a skeleton crew of servants now. Jeremiah let go of everyone else, and the house is much too large for us to clean. Because Because we've lost electricity to most parts of the house, we can only maintain the living quarters. This family's had so much tragedy. I hope you can help him.
I know there's a quick save and stuff. Let's see, what was that? Oh, weird combination. We have it. What the?
Won't budge.
Patrick, you made it.
At your service, Jeremiah. Sorry for the delay, but I've been abroad. What happened to you?
It seems I've come under the watchful eye of the Reaper, my friend. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Apparently too long.
Patrick, I came back from the war only to find my entire estate in disarray. My brother Aaron disappeared first, and then my sister Bethany. My declining health is a result of an old war wound, and unfortunately, the symptoms are irreversible. I didn't summon you here to watch me die. I need your help.
Anything I can do. Just name it.
Strange events began happening around the manor. After thinning out my staff, they ransacked my estate, taking whatever they could carry. The rest of the help was quick to follow, as they feared rumors of my family's curse. I can't help but think it's more than a coincidence that strange happenings have increased since I've been back from the war. I want to get to the bottom of this, but I'm just too weak to investigate it myself. I'm relying on you to step in for me.
Of course, Jeremiah. The only reason I risk coming back here is to assist you however I can.
My thanks to you, Patrick.
What the hell is that?
Sounds like it came from downstairs.
I'll check it out. Lock the door behind me.
Ancient entry, huh? I have arrived in time, apparently just in time. Completely bedridden, Jeremiah is a shadow of his old self, appearing many pounds and a few shades lighter. His explanation for calling to me is still unclear. He speaks of strange happenings around the estate. Problems that he is unable to rectify in his weakened state, and has requested that I investigate. I, of course, agreed. Before I could ponder where to begin my exploration, the servant who showed me to Jeremiah's room screamed from downstairs. Often, where to begin is the most difficult step.
Won't budge.
back out.
Won't budge.
Okay.
Can you describe what you can only see? As the bonds of flesh are broken, the world becomes apparent.
So how the heck do you heal and or use your stuff and F and V and enter. Okay.
Jammed.
Close. Oh shit, man. Oh. Oh, what the? Came from nowhere? Oh my god, what up? Stuck.
Stuck.
We're gonna go up.
Won't budge.
Help me, Patrick!
In an amplifier. Let's see what an amplifier is done. This strange crystalline stone seems to be a source of needs power that may be used to increase the power and effectiveness of my spellcasting. I must keep my eyes peeled and ears open for its pinkish hue and low hum. Okay. Joseph's note. I have just returned from the Standing Stones. Whatever inspired an ancient people to build these stones out on that windswept isle, I cannot guess. While I have seen sights like this before, something about the stones has resonance within me. But would ancient people trouble themselves to build these monoliths on such an isolated island? It would have been far easier to establish a similar ritual area on the mainland itself. I find it curious that for as long as my family has owned this house, no one has taken it upon themselves to truly research the land which we own. Considering I had not returned to the manor since I was a child, I never realized the curious nature of my inheritance. Why does this area have such a strange collection of archaeological artifacts? But I strongly doubt there is any connection between Neolithic stones and a decaying monastery and the tower that the estate was built and wraps itself around. The significance of three major archaeological sites cannot be denied. The tower is a local legend itself. Supposedly, during a great storm, the tower just appeared on this site. Of course, no one can tell me when this happened. All I can tell is that it is a gutted shell of what it once was. No doubt, this is why it has been sealed off for so long. The monastery is now a crumbled ruin. Certainly is just a remnant of some reclusive order of monks. Seems that the island is dotted with these retreats. I will have to travel out to the island someday. Perhaps I will take the children. Joseph.
Those beasts were after me.
What in God's name were those things?
They're called howlers. And while I've never seen one before tonight, I've heard of them for years.
Those weren't natural, my friend. We're fighting more than superstitions here.
Perhaps I was being naive not to tell you, but there might be something more sinister at work here. When I was a boy, I encountered something I can't quite explain. You see, there was this isle of standing stones that sits just off the estate. Someone had carved a sigil into each of the stones, something indiscernible. Father had many books on the occult, one of which contained a sketch of that very symbol. I took my brothers and sisters out to the island and read from my father's book.
Well, what happened?
Something answered. The ocean began to boil, and a great wind whipped against us as we stood in the circle, and my siblings huddled to the ground in fear. Eventually, the wind died, and the sea settled. Patrick, I know it sounds like the ravings of a dying man, but I believe those standing stones had something to do with this. What has once been a taint upon this family has now begun to manifest itself.
But you told me you're dying. Doesn't this curse end with you?
Who knows? My brothers and sisters are dead, but I don't think they're really gone. I've heard some servants whispering. They think they've seen Lisbeth on the estate. My family has come for me. I sense them, Patrick. By now, you and I know the supernatural exists. You saw the Howlers. And what about our encounters with the Tersante during the war? You still even carry the Gelzebah stone with you.
It's a token of the shaman's life I took. That's all.
I found a scroll with a picture of the Gelzebah on it. I believe it contains the way to awaken the stone's dormant power.
Very well. Let me study this scroll overnight, and I'll see what I can do in the morning.
This house still hides many secrets. I'm counting on you to reveal them and put an end to this mess.
Okay. So let's see. A piece to the puzzle. The scream downstairs was the result of an attack by a beast. Something Jeremiah calls a howler. Similar to a dog, the animal was pale in complexion, had claws as long as my arm, and could leap several meters from a dead stop. I killed the fiend, but before I could thoroughly inspect the corpse, it vanished without a trace. When questioning Jeremiah, I am a little more unnerved than I was after seeing the howler. He told a story involving his brothers and sisters, an isle of standing stones, and an associate book of his late father's. Apparently the Covenant children, led by Jeremiah, went to the island and read from this strange book. He maintains it was simply a prank to scare his kin. He believes something within the ring of stones answered back, raging the sea, angering the wind, and shaking the earth. Since that time, Jeremiah has been visited by a terrible misfortune. All of his brothers and sisters have passed away. I recall one late night in a foxhole, Jeremiah showed me a picture of the youngest sister, Lisbeth. No more than a teenager, she was so striking I found it hard to concentrate on his descriptions of the others. Anyway, Jeremiah is not completely convinced they are indeed dead. Well, to be precise, he's not sure they have remained dead. I suspect that these are delusions brought on by his memory of that day at the stones. Otherwise, I can only imagine this as a terrible prank played upon a dying man. But if they are only delusions, why not inform me of them when we first spoke? Why would he not write me of such in his letter? Perhaps he did not think I would come. Ectoplasm. The scroll Jeremiah gave me has revealed a powerful spell. It seems that with proper concentration and focus of my mana, I'm able to release ethereal bolts of ectoplasm from my hand. Unreliable at far range, the mystical damage seems quite effective in close quarters. So we can decide we can use this spell. Heck is that painting?
Have you noticed anything strange going on?
Apparently, Elizabeth's room was broken into last night during the commotion.
Where's her room?
Just down the hall from here. It's quite a mess.
The butler said someone broke into Elizabeth's room. Perhaps I should investigate.
Won't budge. Need a key.
Bethany's.
Stuck. Tell me what you know about Lisbeth.
Why, she was a fetching young lass. Quite the fiery temper, though. She could be placid and calm 1 minute, and then suddenly she's spitting curses and swinging her nails at you like an animal. 'Tis a pity her mother died birthing her.
Indeed.
Following her mother's death, I'd raised Lisbeth like my own. In the end, the wasting sickness got her. I'd cared for her when she was sick and watched her wither away to nothing. Pity a young woman has to die in the spring of her life. Now she rests with her poor mother at the family mausoleum. The groundskeeper claims to have seen her recently. Poor man, seeing a ghost is never a good omen.
Where can I find this groundskeeper?
He's out in the gardens. You can get there through the kitchen.
Your knowledge is appreciated. Thank you.
This house needs a priest.
Lisbeth poetry. On nights when I cannot sleep, I look from my bed to the monastery out my window. The reflections of the water that separate us ripple across my bedroom walls, filling the room with waves of moonlight. If it is quiet enough when the wind is still, I can hear them chanting. The prayers roll across the water and fall upon my ears like a lullaby, rocking me to sleep. It fills my body with such a quiet peace. And yet, I cannot help but wonder how something that provides so much security could at the same time haunt me. At midnight, the chanting stops. The brilliant lights of the monastery go black except for a tiny glow that emanates from the entrance to the catacombs. As I watch that singing light, I can see the shadows of the monks at the entrance. It is then that I feel a slow, creeping dread rise from my stomach as if the island somehow has a hold on me. I've overheard bits and pieces of a story from hushed conversations about monks who died a horrible death years ago among these grounds. It is said their tortured souls were put to rest within the catacombs, and that their two brothers have stood guard at the entrance each night since. I cannot help but wonder why. What are they waiting for, or hoping to ward off? Are they bound to the island with the same unknown force as I? The Lord works in such mysterious ways, but how can a just God allow his own flock to die within sacred grounds? Surely there's another force working among us, one capable of pure evil. A loving God could never allow such pain and agony. Is it that force that eats at me at night and leaves my dreams unsettled? Are the waters enough to keep me safe? I wish just once I could lie in the grass outside the catacombs for a night and put these haunted dreams to rest. I must end these nightly visions and seek the truth. See how the painting changes. He turns into something evil.
Help me!
Well, nothing else we can do there. Footprints after walking in the blood puddles. Spell seems kinda shite, I must say. Evelyn's letter. Dearest mother, all is not well here at the Covenant estate. Joseph, my husband, who once charmed me with his goodwill and smile, now seems distant and reclusive. I realized that when we met here are those imperfections one must look past, and that your heart helps you to forgive. However, Joseph's strange obsession keeps him in the library at all hours of the night. Seldom are we spending time together, and even more rarely does he want to exercise his husbandly right towards me. I'm beginning to feel inadequate. especially when he talks of his desire for children prancing around the state. What am I to do? I bide most of my time alone in the greenhouse, reminiscing of my sweet youth and the rich and gallant Peter Rocana, who would wait patiently on me and shower me with expensive gifts like my beloved pearl necklace. Things could have been different had I kept that social path. Instead, I feel like I'm the fool for getting involved with Joseph Covenant. His prime moments are being spent in his library with books twice as old as me. Apparently my visage can't garner his attention. What dear advice could you give me, dearest mother? I'll be waiting for your response. I hope that this letter finds you and father well. Tell father not to worry about his little Robin. That I have left the nest but shall never leave his heart. With love, Evelyn. Joseph's letter. It is truly a pity that my dear wife Evelyn passed away birthing Elizabeth. She would have loved to see them all grow. I cannot help but think that she would have been able to tame this wild streak that they all have exhibited lately. Mother is a soothing influence. I, unfortunately, cannot offer them this solace. I wish I could understand what brought on this recent behavior. I received a letter today from Ambrose's boarding school. He has been expelled. I don't know what to do with that boy. With the behavior of the children so appalling, I have no choice but to bring them home. Perhaps I can find a tutor. I hope being under my watchful eye will calm their spirits. The last 6 weeks have been terrible. The tutor was a complete disaster. In fact, the poor man just packed his bags and left in the night. Any form of discipline is hopeless with the Ambrose and almost seems completely lost on the others. The only thing I've been able to do is play to their interest. I have noticed that each child has their own avid curiosity. Strange to see it manifest at such an early age, but who am I to discourage the one moment of peace I can find with them? I now understand why the children are behaving wildly. Jeremiah came to me frightened and crying. Several years ago, the children broke into my library and procured one of my research books without my knowledge. But how was I to know a 12-year-old boy would take interest in those dusty tomes? I do not know what passage they read, but I suspect it has led to the current predicament concerning their behaviors and eccentricities. Jeremiah says they woke the spirits of the island. Hopefully I can determine what the children have done. Perhaps there is a solution. I have pored over the volumes of research and I'm no closer to understanding what Jeremiah and his children may have conjured. None of the incantations in the books could have caused this to happen. Calling a demon or consulting spirit should not have such a long-lasting disturbing effect. I even traveled to the stones. Nothing there gave me clues to what has happened. Perhaps if they had only told me at the time I would have more insight. Now any clues would be long gone. I've determined the stones as some sort of focus. Perhaps there is a reason so many people have been attracted and repulsed by this land. It seems that my own fascination with the standing stones has brought its corruption upon my children, Joseph. Okay.
Won't budge.
Oh, but oh my god. There's no like shift is not run, you know? I'm pressing shift to run, but it's like the freaking crouch button. Servant key. Oh, that's our last heal for now.
Don't tell Jeremiah, but I think Brady's drinking on the job again.
This isn't good. Won't budge.
Yes, we need to find a kitchen.
Stuck.
It's this way on. Somewhere? Yeah.
Jammed. Stuck.
Looks like this.
Jammed.
Looks like the kitchen.
Stuck. Jammed. Is that the door to the gardens?
Yes, it is. However, I don't have the key. I lent it to the maid. I believe she's cleaning Herr Keisinger's room today. It's located in the east wing of the house.
Thanks. I appreciate your help.
But where's the key that we have then? Servant key, I just wonder what we can open.
Won't budge.
Let's see if
Need a key.
oh my god. So easy to do when you back up and you get stuck on something. You cling to the walls or something. Not a good thing.
around here someplace.
Ah, here it is.
What the hell? Shoot it down? Reddish leaves swirl in the wind like lost souls in search of rest. A moon door notes. Like an open sketchbook focused on my dreams, this land is forever pictured as a comforting autumn dusk. Replete with a golden sky, with crackling river water and bubbling marshes that dot the land, it feels like a romantic artist's canvas. Upon further investigation, I have sensed the horrendous visions of a gnarled doom, decorated as a picturesque facade in this endless autumn dusk. Spiny trees root deep into the foul earth, licking the ground dry of all that is good. Carcasses populate the brush, their putrid remains swallowed whole by the land. The corners of this malevolent area are teeming with vicious, ungodly prey. All whilst the grass stretches over this land, twisting together like veins of pulsating sinew, as if the ground were alive, keen after inhabitants that parade on its back. Beady, black, soulless eyes flash across the air. Tiny, quick-winged bats streak through the bright sky. Flying races waiting for the perfect moment to descend. As they swoop by, I see sharp, bloody teeth, a wicked, demonic smile. From the darting blurs, I hear an ominous whistling that chills my soul. They own the skies here. Wrath-like, hooded minions, overseers without heart or soul, control this land. Slash and stitch techniques permeate their faces and arms, patched together like sheep quilts, using the skin from the bodies of rank corpses. They gather and live like packs of rabid wolves, instigating fights of supremacy. These abominations thirst for my destruction. They are mostly clustered around footpaths that seem to traverse upward along a cliffside, but alternate groupings are planted among watering holes and the hallowed trees. Further down the path, it is as if the shadows are swallowing the surrounding soul, without a penchant of logic or drop of meaning. It is as if the only reason for this actually lies in darkness itself, like royalty that rules the black void entombed in the night infinite. It is she, the eternal mistress of shadows. Aaron. Okay, that was gloomy. Jump to the side or onto the side didn't work.
The great hall of paintings. There is the truth. Image becomes reality. We will rise again. The ritual continues on.
What a lovely gang.
Bethany often used this room as her office after Jeremiah left for the war.
Bethany writings. Why do I waste my time with poseurs and fools? I realize now that my correspondence with these others has been a waste of my time. Father had done more research than I could truly appreciate until now. Most of these other magicians are braggarts who act the part but rarely have an inkling of the truth. I've tried to contact the Golden Dawn, but I have been ignored and insulted since I'm not from the continent. Aleister Crowley insists I become his acolyte. I suspect it is more of a harem. His vanity is boorish and fraudulent. He is as confused as my brother. Both are lost in vices. While Aram numbs himself and seeks to escape, the great beast actually believes it to be a revelation. You have been unresponsive or cryptic. I suspect if I pursue them I might glean some knowledge. However, I am beginning to realize that my research and documentation are beginning to plateau. What I have learned must be put into practice. Perhaps the nature of the knowledge I seek cannot be found within this society. Trial and error has slowed my learning due to long recovery periods. The health probably suspects something is amiss since my health fluctuates drastically from these rituals. They wouldn't dare say anything, besides I can always blame erratic fortitude upon my family legacy. That should be enough to excuse my bouts of weakness. Besides, Aaron languishes in a stupor even now, Bethany. Holy shit, there was a lot of... Oh my god, I'm dead. Holy shit, that was a lot of them though. F7. Let's see if this spell is any good. The heck? Oh shit. I guess shooting maid was a No, no. Oh my god. Okay, this room is a pain in the ass, man. Let's save after that. Okay, it was not my fault she being stupid and walking out there, okay? Aaron's letter. Jeremiah, I'm warning you about Bethany. She has become obsessed with father's books since she left for the war. She is increasingly paranoid and secretive. She locks herself in the sunroom or disappears on horseback. I know she is corresponding with a number of outsiders. I fear she is making family business known to these strangers. I doubt we want her bringing unneeded attention to the family. You know she is the last person we want near these stones. How could you have left us? I can feel the fingers of this curse reaching out to us. Don't think you can escape. You know you have to come back. Damn it, Jeremiah. You doomed us all and you are a coward for leaving us. Can you hear the whispers, Jeremiah? Even another continent isn't far enough. Remember, I tried to go as well. I still heard them, even in the Asian dens and German gutters. I figured it out. It's inside. It won't be long before you cross the threshold, brother.
Stuck. Jammed. Stuck.
Oops.
Stuck.
Playroom diary. Lisbeth bit me today. I cannot understand what has gotten into her lately. She used to be such a graceful, proper little girl. She even licked her lips afterwards. I believe I should leave this place. Mary Turner. That might be a good plan. God damn it. cornered. I had to check out what other place takes me now. Yeah, we need to go the other way. This takes us to... Okay. Shoot it down? Yep. Yeah, can't shoot it down. Got the priest key.
Take him, not one down.
What the hell, man? What the heck am I supposed to do there then? Oh, what the? Can you even get... We got rid of one. Oh wait, do I need to use the... Oh wait. Yeah. You need to use the ethereal trap on these things. God damn it. There's a lot to learn of what works and what doesn't work on things, man. Or if one should just lay it out of here. I'm just gonna try this again. Let's see how.
My personal belongings.
Giving it to trap 150. There's one, do they follow us? I'm just wondering if it's worth using them. In that situation, it probably isn't. It's like kind of wasting it. We just need to get out of here.
My personal belongings.
Yeah, they don't follow, so... Okay. But good to know. Let's see, ether traps. According to legend, ether traps have been the ability to tap into another ethereal plane of existence. Doing so, the traps themselves become black holes in which spirits can be whisked away and temporarily trapped in another dimension. So it's only temporary, okay? And while I'm certain these medical weapons were not meant for our eyes, I was humbled when my course of studies proves truth to legend. Yep. So let's see. So now we can... Oh shit. What are you doing?
Stuck.
Oh my god, come on, man. I hate when he comes from behind. God damn this leap attack they do, man. It's such a wide arc. I wonder why it doesn't load the latest save. Oh my. See that leap attack with their claw? It's like... I'm trying to like circle them around most of the times, but sometimes it doesn't work because they are spread out like crap. How is that hitting me? Oh my. That leap attack, man. Ah. Why isn't that... It's like the spell does shit damage. Would think this one would do more damage.
Stuck.
What the heck? Oh, that was a bullshit one, man. A lamp fell down. Okay, so this is not the mail. Here's the key. Check out this over here.
Stuck.
Something missing. There's your voices. This is like nothing. Else changes.
Won't budge. Jammed.
Cassinger's note. The power really is here. I can feel it grow as this family shrinks. 10 little, 7 little, 5 little Indians. So sad that I spilled Covenant blood prior to my arrival. Ha! It was a trifle beneath me, but arriving without cause nor invitation at the king's throne simply would not do. Insignificant fodder she was. But Patrick Galloway, oh, is it I did not foresee his arrival? Still strange to me that Jeremiah's affection for the Irishman did not waver with time, even after the wonderful night at Cashel. I await his arrival, Otto Cassinger. Nearest history. Some connections are made to be discovered while others should remain unseen. Some lands are best never spoken as the hell lies in between. The words ring in the mind like a dream with irony not lost. For Oneros is simply that, a dream city of forgotten souls, governed by none but watched by many. With a sky that bleeds crimson, it is the only uncharted realm this scholar has witnessed. For the second time I attempted to graph the land, it seemed to belittle me by changing shape. I want to keep watch over this tower until the entrance can be sealed. Otto Kaisinger. No! God damn it. Going backwards here is not gonna be... Spit shit. Okay. Yeah, but hello, game? I jumped. But you press jump really early. Yeah, it feels like something big is gonna come up here.
I'll show you real magic.
Oh yeah. Okay. What the heck? was that bullshit about?
I'll show you real magic.
What is this chicken shit? Okay, but okay, let me see here. So, fighting this guy does nothing then.
I'll show you real magic.
What the hell was that bullshit though? What the heck was that delayed thing?
I'll show you real magic.
Pretty much you just need to avoid his bullshit here. Yeah, so he bird coming, but I was like, So you should be able to just run and get that one, maybe. Oh, wait.
I'll show you real magic.
Yeah, I don't get this. How is this the second one finding me? I'm just trying to understand
I'll show you
how it hits me. The second one. Yeah, so doing this, we should be as fine. Yeah. So what does this do then? Tibetan war cannon. I've heard of this weapon only in story. Created in a forge of gold, it is a mystical weapon of Tibetan folklore that was lost in a mountainous area during a great battle. They called it the war cannon. Rumor has it the person that holds this weapon must be of pure heart for it to function correctly. I seem to be able to discharge some sort of cold sphere out of it. I wonder if it can slow down these bastard creatures. Okay, so it only slows them down. Okay. So we got the guarding key there now. We can take 1 health. Okay. It's so annoying when you have such a small space to move around in. And they can throw from distance and have that wide arc, you know, when they swing. Okay, so these guys can swing backwards. So even if you're behind them, you can still get hit by the melee attack. Okay. Oops. Load. But that one won't really help. This is a little bit of a shit show then. Why not cheese a bit? Oh, let's see where we can go now. That was like no preparation for that spit. That was like, yeah. Oh, what the?
Stuck.
You see us gonna keep on coming? Or?
Stuck.
Oh, this way. I'm trying to save my bullets. What the? I hate that stupid spit. It just... There's no build up to it. It just... There's something down here. No, this was locked, man. Yeah, this spitting shit is just annoying, man. I'm trying to avoid it, but...
Jammed. Jammed.
What the? And then another one spawned behind me. Okay. Clive, thank you. Oh, this stupid... when they just spawn in like nothing you can do. I don't know if I need to use something to get rid of these permanently. Well, they don't seem to disappear, you know?
Won't budge.
Oh, what? Yeah, that one homes in on you.
Won't budge. Stuck. Jam. Stop.
I was like, finally got rid of them. Nope.
Locked.
How the heck do I get this one? Heal up. What did it say? There was a sneak button. How can we get this amplifying stone? Because I can't do that to him. This battle does nothing. I think I need another spell or something, maybe? I don't know. Oh, come on. God damn it, I hate I'm pressing the shift button to run, but there is like, you know... No? Oh, I should have gone straight ahead. I need a different spell for this, I think. Be able to get that one. Okay.
Stuck.
No, god damn it. Wrong way.
Jam.
Oh. Spell. Peter said this can stop or affect any and all magic I may encounter. I might try this spell on an obstacle of smaller magnitude, lest it fail in my most dire time. Also, this is what we need to use to get through that wall. Used to be house 6.
Jammed.
Kitchen. Okay. Smack the first one. Ah. I think we're supposed to go out there.
Won't budge.
Molotov cocktails, yeah. And a barbecue. Okay, we're gonna drown here or? Oh, and again, man. Oh, I need to stop pressing the damn shift button to run. It's like built in.
Won't budge. Jammed.
Okay.
Won't budge.
The guy we need to find?
If I have to cut one more shrub.
One more stem.
What are you doing here?
Just tell me where that trail heads off to.
Bethany used to go horseback riding in the hills, but that was so long ago.
Okay. That's not where we need it. That's not where we're supposed to be going, no.
Stuck.
Go there.
Stuck.
Oh, come on, man. Why didn't the creature get knocked back there? Use the pistol. Or am I not supposed to be able to interrupt that guy? The creature? Oh, what the heck, man? That's wasting bullets on that thing then? No, what the? That's not what I was gonna do, waste a month of thought it was this one. God damn, pressing that shift button. See, I can't do anything to that one. That is like just wasting bullets to kill that thing. So it came from.
Won't budge. Won't budge. What can you tell me about Lisbeth?
I've seen her. I've seen poor Elizabeth on the heather.
When?
I was coming back to the manor one evening, and I saw a silhouette perched atop a hill. At first, I thought it was a banshee, but I caught a glimpse of her face by the family mausoleum. It was Lisbeth, poor dear.
Family mausoleum?
It's to the west of the main house, through the trees.
Is that near the standing stones by chance?
Standing stones? You have no need to go out there. There's nothing but bad luck and suffering for all who visited that island. I'll unlock the gate to the outer grounds, but I assure you that venturing out to the standing stones will lead to no good.
Finally spoke with the 70 maid said had seen Lisbeth. He is convinced he saw her perched on a hill, watching him, west of the manor. The family mausoleum seems to be the first place to investigate.